back to the Cousins of the Cosmos podcast, episode 53 today.
Boom, 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 boom. It's my
Why are you talking? Why are you talking? It's not your turn to talk.
It's a podcast? What do you want me to do? That's the only thing I can do.
You know what? Leave.
It's a silent podcast.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are bringing back our fun little game of Kyle versus Theo. We have done this 2 times before, I believe.
Yes, we did Star Wars and we did WWE.
We did Survivor Series.
Survivor Series, yeah.
We had a little Survivor Series tag match.
That was fun.
So today, can y'all guess? Well, it's in the title and the thumbnail.
Did
you
read the title?
You guys already know.
You know what you listened
right?
to?
Did you read the title? If you read the title, then you would know
read?
that it's going to be Marvel Edition. Woo! So we are going to, like we've done before, we're going to draft teams of. I think I had like 5 people on
Yeah,
it.
It's 5.
So it's like 5 on 5, just battle, straight up battle. This is definitely more in line with the Star Wars one than the Survivor Series one. Sure. It's just going to be trying to include no egos. Trying
our best.
But yeah, so we're gonna draft 5 teams. I do have a couple alternate people in case Theo picks somebody because we do like a lot of the same characters.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
But before we do that, something that I'm not sure we did. Well, Survivor Series we technically did, but for the Star Wars one we didn't do. We need to put a location for sure.
We did do Lethal, which
right
was
with
kind
the
of
tower.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking just because everything kind of happens there, I just say we do New York City.
Okay. All right.
So I was
New York.
Everything in Marvel happens in New York City.
I was thinking in my head. I was thinking Wakanda, but I think I was just thinking of the like Infinity War battle.
Right.
But I'm fucking with New York.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I feel like that definitely also sets up a lot of like potential of just being like for heroes not going too crazy to where they just don't destroy the whole city.
That's true. All right, so this will be taking place in New York. How do we want to pick teams? How do we want to? You want to go first? I go first. Who went first last time? Do you remember?
I don't remember who went first last time. I can go first. It's my birthday month. Maybe I just go first.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you pick first. Who's your first member on your team?
Your
team captain.
My team captain here is going to be Doctor Strange.
Ooh, he cooked me. He cooked me.
I knew. That's got to be the one, man. He's so goated.
All right. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So, Doctor Strange would have been my first pick. That's one of my favorite characters. So I will go with my team captain. Is going to be Steve Rogers.
That was my backup captain.
That's going to be my first pick. He was not originally my captain. He was just on my team.
Right.
But now he's getting the upgrade.
It's a solid pick.
Right.
He's literally a captain already.
Yeah, he's getting the upgrade. I got to edit here so I can. I'm gonna pick this person to fill the spot.
Okay.
There we go. All right. So team captains off rip. Doctor Strange and Steve Rogers, Captain America. Who's your next pick?
My next pick is going to be arguably, I think so, the best, maybe just the best women's superhero of all time, but at least in the Marvel sphere for sure. I'm picking Storm.
Ooh, all right. That's a good one. That's a good one. I am going to go with Cyclops. That will be my X-Men member. Who also could have clearly been the. I'm blocking your face. Could have been team captain as well.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
So Cyclops will be joining my team.
Hey, we cooking right now. We're cooking. I need a big man.
Yep.
We got to get a big man. And you know me, I love myself my Fantastic Four. And
you like yourself your big men.
I love big men.
Big meaty men. Slap meat.
I'm going with the Thing.
He's going with the Thing.
He's one of my favorites.
All right.
I got to pick him.
I do not have a big man on my team.
Ooh.
I don't. I did not go with it. But I do have a small man on my team. My next pick is going to be Scott Lang, Ant-Man.
That will be a crazy fight for sure. That'd be funny. That would be hilarious. Thing would get so pissed. That's a good fight. Good fight.
It is.
I got some more good few picks here. I think to kind of help out with the Thing here, I'm going to draft another Fantastic Four member.
Uh-oh.
I'm going with Sue Storm.
Ooh, all right.
Invisible woman.
She can turn invisible. That's that honestly, it might sound crazy to y'all, but hear me out. That is on par with Ant-Man. They have not similar abilities, but the ability to basically disappear in a way.
Yeah.
So that's up there. All right. My next pick, my female member, my big female member, and to me, one of the better female characters I'm sure the 40-year-old white men will not agree with that. Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, is coming to my team.
Get the comments ready.
Captain Marvel is coming to my team.
That's a great pick.
She can basically go Super Saiyan, so I mean, it's hard. It's hard to not.
You can't go wrong with that. Ooh, I got a good few picks here. You know what? I'm going with what my heart is telling me. I'm going Iceman.
Ooh, all right.
Iceman, all right. He's cold as fuck. Pun intended.
All right.
I like my Iceman.
Here's where shit's. That was your last pick, right?
Yes, I do believe that was 5.
So this is my last pick. This is where shit's gonna get interesting because this can help me, but it probably is gonna backfire on me. Mm-hmm. My final team member is gonna be.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
I don't know who you're thinking I'm gonna say.
Okay.
It's gonna be Odin's son.
Oh.
Loki.
Loki.
Technically, he's Odin's son in a way.
That's true. I thought you were gonna say Star-Lord. I was like, that didn't work the last time he was on.
No. Loki will be joining my team.
Okay.
Very incredible kind of abilities.
Right.
But similar to you with Star Wars, Cad Bane, he's out for himself.
Yeah.
So it could backfire totally on me.
I guess technically in this point in time, he is a hero, but like. Yep. I mean, he does always look out for himself. So
that is true.
That's true.
All right.
Turn tail.
So, the Battle of New York. Part 85 is happening. We have Steve Rogers, Cyclops, Ant-Man, Captain Marvel, and Loki versus Storm. Well, it's Stephen Strange, team captain.
Yep.
Storm. The Thing. Iceman.
Yep.
And Sue Storm.
2 storms.
2 storms. All right.
3 if you count Iceman.
I don't know where to start with this.
This is crazy.
This is crazy.
Shit.
How about they all just go eat shawarma? How about that? All right, that's the episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for watching.
You know what? I think Doctor Strange is going to do the smart thing here and just start instantly off by just getting us all in the mirror dimension.
Oh, shit. All right.
That way, New York's fine, and we can just go ham.
Okay.
I think that's the smart thing to do here on his end.
All right.
I don't know where to go with that, but
right.
So but it kind of also helps to his advantage because that's a little more of his home turf,
right?
So to speak,
right?
Because he kind of has a little more power there.
I'll ask you this because I'm not fully aware. So he could cast like that spell,
right?
But if he were to say get hit, the spell could break.
It could. Maybe because I feel like the mirror dimension is like its own realm, so to speak. So
but I'm saying like the ability of him transporting everybody there. No, yeah, I see what you're saying. Fuck.
Yeah.
Then why the fuck did we do New York in the first place?
I don't know. I literally just thought of it up just now. I was like, it makes sense because it's like, your team doesn't want to like destroy New York City. My team doesn't want to destroy New York City. It could potentially happen. This is just the safest option for everybody, I guess.
Loki might want to destroy New York City.
Loki, is your team evil?
No. Well, one guy is for sure, but I mean, I'm just trying to think.
We can make a stipulation to where it's like if Doctor Strange takes enough damage, everybody just gets out of the mirror dimension and just back in New York City. If we want to do that.
No, it's all right. Fuck. All right, so we're in the mirror dimension.
Yeah.
Is the mirror dimension? Because then they go to the mirror dimension in No Way Home, and it was like a canyon, or did he just like transport them?
I think it was just a portal.
Okay. All right. So we're in the mirror. It's just a bunch of glass. Basically.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of glass like shaking around. It's just to get everybody out out of actual New York City.
You could have actually really just fucked yourself in a way, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Possibly.
So,
there's also the idea that if you do knock Doctor Strange unconscious, you're stuck in there.
That's true. All right, so we instantly get transported to the mirror dimension. Yep. I feel like Steve Rogers is like, okay, he's playing with spells. We just gotta go hand in hand. So I think immediately, as soon as we get transported, I think Steve and the rest of the team are just like charging at your team, just like, all right, fuck it. Before they can do any other shit, let's just start throwing hands. So I think who's pairing up with who at first? Like that's where we got.
I'm gonna write down your team here,
okay,
just so that I can remember who's who. You got Cyclops, you got Cap. Who else do you got? You got Loki,
Captain Marvel,
and Ant-Man. That's the thing. That's interesting. I feel like
team captains are squaring off.
team captain's gotta be squaring off.
I feel like Cap is throwing punches and
he's definitely gonna be the one.
And he's just like casting things to like block it.
I think,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he more than anything by it, I think is just gonna be like going after like the other team captain, especially if he's like casting spells and shit. He knows that like you gotta take the main man down, so he's definitely going after Doctor Strange there. They could have like a shield battle where it's like his like hand shields versus Cap's like actual shield and stuff like that.
So team captains are facing off.
They're facing off.
I feel like the Thing and Ant-Man are facing off.
They have to. I think that's just such a funny battle.
Instantly in my head, I'm just thinking of the Thing being like, just like trying to like just like running around in a circle, trying to like figure out where he is.
Like Scott's trying to land punches on him and stuff like that, but it's like punching rocks, so he's like almost hurting himself in a way.
Right. I think Captain Marvel and Storm are going at it. That's like a god level fight right there. Dude,
that's honestly probably why we needed to go in the mirror.
Right.
But that fight is definitely happening. They're in the sky. They're going hand for hand.
And then we got Sue Storm and Cyclops, which is random. My thing is, when we're fantasy booking this, I feel like...
No, actually, you know what? I think Sue and Loki are probably going to be the ones fighting each other, and then it could be Cyclops and Iceman.
Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. I'm trying to think. It's hard because I don't know everybody's fucking abilities. So I'm trying to think of what the hell can and can't be done. All right, so
honestly, for your bet, I think Cyclops is probably your best bet against Iceman because I feel like he is easily just gonna be able to laser a bunch of like the ice stuff.
Okay, so Cyclops lasers Iceman's head off. Iceman immediately dead.
Iceman grows it back because it's just made of ice and he can just create ice.
That's true. That'd be a funny fight. They start fighting. He immediately lasers his head off, and everybody just stops. Like, whoa, wait.
And then it just comes back.
No, guys, we're good. We're good.
You dick.
We're good, guys. We're good.
Honestly, I think if Cyclops were to laser somebody's head off and then their head just grow back, he just gotta be like, well, shit.
Right.
What do I do there?
Right. All right. Shit. All right. Where do we go? So they're all we figured out who's
fighting who.
Man. Are we including like deaths and shit in here?
I don't.
Or are we just getting like a stalemate and one team is just
I feel like we have to go for like a knockout stalemate sort of thing because I don't see a lot of these people being like, yeah, we gotta kill it. Like Loki's really the only one that's like a true like killer out of all these people, really.
Right. Okay, so I feel like everybody's fighting. Mm-hmm. I think this is where this is an idea.
Okay.
This is where it gets crazy. Right. So Loki is in there. We're already in the mirror dimension, so you can already see various versions of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I think he also multiplies himself. So there's like a million fucking Lokis.
Yeah.
And who's he fighting? Fucking Sue?
Sue.
Sue is just like lost. Like, fuck, how am I going to figure this the fuck out? Like, who is what? And I think, if anything, to her advantage, going invisible is going to help her because she can go invisible and just kind of start beating the shit out of them. And then really, you're not going to know. By the time you get to one, she's already on to the next one. So I think that kind of helps in that case. I think that goes on for a while. That's happening over there. Off there. I think, Cyclops and Iceman, he's just like lasering, and Iceman is getting hit, but shit's just coming back.
It's just coming back. He's trying to like freeze Cyclops. Cyclops just like, no, lasers that like frozen off, all that stuff.
Right.
I think that's a good like fight there.
Cap and Steven are just fighting.
Mm-hmm. And I think Steven's probably using portals to try and keep Cap back.
Right.
Because I think getting that distance is probably what's best for him. Because Cap's got that super serum, so he hits hard. But it's like, as long as Doctor Strange keeps him at a distance, I feel like that's pretty manageable.
Ant-Man and Thing are just... I feel like Thing is just getting kind of bitched here. I feel like he's just like, I cannot find this guy.
I feel like it'll get to a point where it's just like, Ant-Man will just like keep bouncing around on him and stuff like that, and Thing will just catch him and just like shuck him or something.
Shuck him
into like a car.
And the hardest thing is honestly Storm and Captain Marvel, because I don't know what the fuck they're.
Yeah, that's
because they should both be in like the air.
Yeah, they're both in the air,
throwing shit at each other. She like, I don't know exactly what Captain Marvel throws, but she's throwing like fireballs.
Yeah.
At Storm, and Storm is just like turning it into fucking water and shit.
Yeah, water and then just like
going in.
Shit.
Right. I think where shit gets crazy, I think to get us out of here, I think as Sue is going around fighting different Lokis, the actual Loki realizes, oh, okay, I'm kind of losing here.
Right.
I think he sneaks up behind her, and I think he grabs her, and I think he pulls a dagger on her, and I think he's kind of got her. Like, I will cut this bitch's throat, and it gets to a point where everything has to stop, and instead of Loki's like, I'll kill her, I think Steve realizes the seriousness of the situation, but has to play along with it. Yeah. And tells Steven, take us out of the mirror dimension or she dies. And so now Strange is like, shit, I can't let her die. Right. She can go invisible, but Loki's still holding her. You know what I'm saying? So I think, boom, now we're back in New York.
It could be a thing, too, where it's like, just to kind of help with this case in a way, just like, she can try to shield, but like, he gets like a whiff of that, he could just go for it.
Right. So, boom, Stephen Strange is like, fuck. Yeah. My plan has now kind of backfired. Now we're back in the streets of New York. Yeah. Cap obviously doesn't want that, but
right. Nobody really wants
we're
that.
Cooked.
But yeah.
He realizes his
Loki's
team's
really
cooked
playing
either way.
For himself over here.
Right. So now we're back in the streets of New York.
I think once we get back to the streets of New York, I think when Thing sees this, he's gonna be like, hell
I'm going back to the Yancey Street.
He's gonna be like, nobody's touching Sue Storm around here. He's going straight after Loki for this one.
For sure. I do think Storm and Captain Marvel are going up.
They gotta go up.
They're going like to space or some shit. They're getting the fuck out of the New York situation because that's too much. I think either Steven or Steve either tells one of them like get out of here because they're the biggest threat to the population with the weather and fucking Super Saiyan craziness and shit. So yeah, they're either way up in the sky or they're out in fucking space for all we know. So they're gone. I don't know where to go, Iceman and Cyclops, because I have no clue.
It's pretty evenly matched. I feel like. Well, I'm a little more interested now because now it's Sue and Thing against Loki here, pretty much. Right. Where does that put Ant-Man? I think Ant-Man's got to go off to somewhere. Right. I don't know if he can still hang with like Loki against like Thing and Susan, or if he wants to go.
I feel like Loki can handle his own. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's got too many tricks up his sleeve. So I think maybe Ant-Man goes to maybe help Cyclops try and figure out how do we stop this guy who just keeps regenerating his ice body parts. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Ant-Man can really do that, but you know, we'll try and figure it out.
It's pretty risky for Ant-Man too, because like he can make one wrong move and then he's just completely frozen solid.
That's true. So is Iceman, because I'm not super familiar with the character, does he actually transform into ice, or does he just kind of like, is his body just encased in
He
ice?
transformed, like his entire atomic structure turns into ice and stuff like that. Like he's like Frozone on crack.
Right. So I'm thinking the only way out of this, again, this is still favoring me, but I'm just throwing shit out there to try and figure out any way that we can kind of book this. Right. Ant-Man can go fucking subatomic or whatever, right? Yeah. He can go down to the fucking cells. Right. So I'm like, is there a way that he does that and is able to fuck with Iceman's fucking DNA in a way to like not destroy his powers, but like get him out of ice mode?
I don't know. It's also incredibly tricky because it's like when you go to that like subatomic like cellular level and stuff that, you could end up just getting lost.
That's true.
Like you
be
really
in the quantum realm.
Yeah, exactly. Just be in the quantum realm. And at that point, it's just like, that's a whole different problem.
Right. My only thing is, I just don't see, maybe it's just a movie thing. I don't see Iceman being the last guy standing out of this whole thing, but I don't know how to beat him.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's really the issue here. Shit. I don't know if Ant-Man's really going to be able to do anything against Iceman. I think Cyclops is probably just going to be able to handle him and hang with him and stuff like that.
So maybe that's the thing. Maybe they're just
off.
They're just throwing fists at this point.
They're throwing fists.
They just throw a fist the whole fight.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe Ant-Man doesn't. Maybe he does.
Maybe he helps out Cap. Okay. With Steven.
All right. There we go.
Because I feel like Steven is in a power scaling situation a little bit higher. Than
I wouldn't say he's like kicking his ass, but he's definitely kind of got his number with the ability to have his skills.
He's more just like doing his best to just make sure that he doesn't get hit.
Right. That yeah, exactly. He's avoiding.
He's on the defensive. He's a defensive player for sure.
All right. I'm gonna let you. Where can we go? I'm gonna let you.
Let's see. Where can we go with this? I think Ant-Man may actually be able to do a little bit of good against Stephen Strange because he's not really going to be able to see him coming. Right. You could also work with the fact that Ant-Man can like become like Giant Man pretty much. Right. That's true. I don't know if that's exactly helpful in this situation against Strange, but if it gets to that point, you still have that in your back pocket.
All right, I got an idea.
You got an idea? What's that?
Our first elimination, because I feel like that's how it has to be. Not kills, but eliminations.
Right,
like they're just out. They're just out of the fights.
Yeah.
He goes to help Steven.
Mm-hmm.
Steven kind of, even though maybe he gets a lick in, but Steven kind of catches on.
Right.
And kind of gets him out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So Ant-Man, I feel like this would be very similar in a movie. Ant-Man's kind of down, and he's like, "What do I do? How can I help? I'm fucking up in every way I can." Giant Man. Right. He goes into Giant Man. We'll say Storm and Captain Marvel, they're in the sky, but they're not in space. They're in the sky. He turns into Giant Man. He grabs Storm. Mm-hmm. He actually grabs Storm, right? She fucking electrocutes the shit out of him. Right? Boom. He falls back, hopefully into the harbor or something, right? Instead of not killing people.
Right.
He falls back. KO! Ant-Man is our first elimination. Yeah. But him grabbing Storm does fuck her up a little bit. I think Captain Marvel gets the upper hand on her. Yeah. I wouldn't say she fully eliminates her, but
she's on the up and up for
right.
sure. Yeah.
Captain Marvel's got the up, but Ant-Man is our first elimination.
Yeah, I think that makes sense for sure. Yeah. I think Captain Marvel's definitely on the up and up. I think it could be to a case where Steven is trying to make sure that this giant man collapsing.
Which Steven?
Stephen Strange, Doctor Strange, is making sure that giant man collapsing here doesn't level a whole city.
He's got a shield and shielding shit.
Giant shield stuff, and then maybe Cap can use that to his advantage, like
drop kick. What did fucking Tommy in the Mighty Morphin movie? What Richard Tiger corkscrew kick? Whatever he said.
Yeah, he Tommy kicks Stephen Strange
into oblivion. All right, so my team's kind of up here. Well, at least part of my team.
Your team is kind of up here. I mean, they're down a man, but they're up in the fight for sure.
Right.
So they're starting to get like a little bit of leeway. Captain Marvel's taking on Storm pretty well.
Right.
Captain America's finally starting to get some hits in on Strange. Mm. What's Loki doing with Sue? And
so here's my question with that though.
Yeah.
If Sue is able to get to Loki, what is she gonna do?
That's the thing. Yeah.
Like I don't know. Well, yeah, it is.
That's what the thing is for.
Say Thing goes over there and Thing's able to capture him, right? A, again, what is Sue gonna do? B, Loki could just kind of teleport out of the grasp.
Right.
So I think that's
Loki's definitely in the advantage here.
Right.
It's like their powers don't really necessarily help them against someone of this kind of caliber.
Right. Does Loki have the scepter?
No. If we're talking hero Loki, he doesn't have the scepter.
Right. All right. So I feel like we're getting into your first elimination in this realm, right?
I think it's got to be Sue.
Right.
Yeah.
But how do we get there?
I think he could maybe use like clones and stuff like that, like hallucinations or whatnot to really distract the Thing. I think that's really his best bet because like in a straight fight, Thing's gonna whoop his ass.
Right.
So he needs to really get Thing out of that sort of situation, and then that's where it can get to a point where Sue almost gets distracted to where it's like, hey, you need to snap out. None of these are the real. I know which one's the real one because I've already been dealing with this guy the entire time, and that's when Loki's able to really sneak up on her and just take her out in some fashion.
In some fashion, that's the hard part.
Yeah, because he can't kill her, but like
he'll stab her, but not in a lethal way. He'll stab her to the point where she's down and out.
Yeah,
but she's
stab her in like the leg.
Right, something like that, or he breaks her leg or some shit.
Something.
Spinning corkscrew kick.
Not every team member of yours can do a spinning corkscrew kick.
All right, we'll say Loki breaks her leg, so she's for the most part
she's
kind of
down and out. Yeah.
Right. All right, so there's KO. Sue Storm eliminated. Thing is enraged.
He's
motherfucker.
It don't matter which Loki he's going after. He's taking down all the Lokis. I really don't think Loki lasts that much long. I feel like versus an aggressive Thing, I feel like Loki does not last that much longer. Even
I will disagree with you.
Okay.
Try not from like a winning part.
Right.
I feel like an enraged Thing versus a tactical Loki actually screws Thing. He's not thinking straight. He's hitting any version of Loki he can see, and I think Loki is just like, yep, got your number, buddy. And maybe it's a double limit. Maybe Thing is heading out too, because I feel like Thing is so enraged he's not thinking straight. He just sees red.
Right.
And Loki's just like, got him. And then I think he takes Thing out too.
He takes the thing. How is he gonna take the thing out?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the thing.
I'm not sure.
Like he is just a whole rock man. Like Loki
Right.
doesn't have that kind of like strength to really knock out someone of that caliber.
Right. Okay, maybe
it's not Loki.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe it's Cyclops.
I was gonna say Captain America.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like it could be a thing where it's like we can switch it up to where it gets to a case where it's now Strange and Loki, Magic vs. Magic, and then Captain America, who's
so we switched.
Yeah, we can switch those up somehow. Like maybe it's like Doctor Strange, like while trying to get back to the defensive, notices Loki just fucking around with the thing and just being like, "Yeah, no, that's not gonna fly," and then he takes over that situation.
We got a grouping switch where now, it'll be Stephen Strange and Loki, and Thing and Captain America.
Yeah, and then that fist fight's gonna be great.
That is gonna be great. But how does Captain America take out Thing? I do feel like Loki.
I think
fucks him up still before pairing off. Loki's kind of fucked up a little bit.
With Cap, I think his shield is definitely going to come into play here because I mean that vibranium shield is just going to do a lot of damage regardless. Even if like on a defensive case, I don't think the Thing's attacks are really going to be able to get through that. I think the Thing is still enraged in this case, and I think Cap is going to be able to use his experience to kind of get around that sort of thing in a like defensive offensive sort of situation.
Right. Is the vibranium shield strong enough to cut through rock?
That's a good question. I might look that one up.
Because I'm thinking if that's the case, he could easily kind of just take his leg out too, to where Thing's kind of like, fuck, I can't, I'm out. I can't really move.
Yes, vibranium can cut through rock. Yeah, I think in that case, he's going to be able to get the upper hand there and take Thing out.
Okay. Or does he just kind of use the shield to kind of like nail him into like a wall?
He could do that as well. I think
he nails his arm into a wall, and he just as hard as he tries, he just cannot get this fucking thing out of the wall.
No, because I feel like that may be more closer to like a Thor's hammer sort of situation where it's like he actually can lift it. I feel like even if it is like a vibranium shield and it's nudged against the wall,
all right, so
he should still have enough strength.
He takes his legs out.
But I think Cap is able to use kind of like his more like agility and stuff like that to kind of really get some good hits in.
Right. I
do think though, with a Thing against the fight, or with a fight against the Thing, I think that is going to drain a bit of energy out of Cap.
For sure. Cap's tired. He's facing off against the whole Thanos army tired.
He was just getting like magically fucked around with by Doctor Strange, and now he's just off a winning fight, but still a fight with the Thing.
All right, so Thing KO has been eliminated. I got the upper hand here. I'm what is it, 4-on-3 at this point?
It's 4-on-3. I still got Storm, Iceman, and who else do I have? Oh yeah, Stephen Strange.
Yeah, right, Doctor Strange. I think they're fighting, and I think Stephen Strange sees that Iceman's still got not the upper hand, but they're still going at it. But like it's not a winning fight. Like there's fighting, so I think Stephen Strange. Wow, oh fuck, he's dealing with Loki.
He's
so I don't know.
Loki.
Never mind.
Okay, I think Storm could probably. Well, she has to find a way to get away from Captain Marvel.
Right. So I think maybe Storm almost like smoke bombs her.
Ooh, yeah, that could
like cloud bombs her. Right.
Cloud bombs her. Yeah, kind of
gets out of there and gets over to kind of help Iceman out.
Yeah.
And I think.
Because I think while Iceman and Cyclops are kind of like an even match, I think if you bring in Storm, that's a done deal.
I think Scott Summers is KO eliminated.
He can't handle all the weather.
How's he getting eliminated? That's the question.
Ooh. It could just be like.
I think he's getting encapsulated in some ice.
I think he's getting encapsulated in some ice.
Or not fully encapsulated, but he's getting stuck in ice. He can't get out.
I think when you bring Storm and Iceman together, I think it's just going to be cold enough to where you could just get him in a whole block of ice and just freeze him like that.
Right. All right. So there we go. Easy enough. That's how Scott Summers gets kind of eliminated. So now it's even.
I think at this point. We got our 3-3 on one side and the other side. I think we're all like kind of regrouped at this point.
Everybody's in the same spot. We've moved into Central Park at this point.
We're in Central Park.
Right. They've been fighting through the streets, and now they're in Central Park.
Yeah.
All right. Stephen Strange and Loki.
Yep.
Is Storm and Captain Marvel still going at it, or are we switching that up? Who do we have? Iceman and who else do I have?
Who else do you have?
Oh, Cap.
Cap, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. This is tricky. I don't want to do Storm and Captain Marvel again. I want to switch those up because I think that's just the more fun.
All right, so Storm and Cap versus Captain Marvel and Iceman. I feel like Iceman's getting KO'd. Because he's ice, but
there's a lot you can do with ice.
Yes, but Captain Marvel does have like those binary kind of powers. I think she's overpowering him, bro. But how does she overpower him?
Does Storm in that case overpower Captain America?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's gonna come down to Stephen Strange and Loki.
At this point, yeah, that's pretty much what it's gonna be. I think Captain Marvel will probably be able, in this case, take out Iceman, but I think that will also give Storm the opportunity to take out Captain America because, as good as he is, I don't think he's gonna be able to, especially after everything he's gone through already. I think Storm's gonna be able to take him out.
How are we getting there?
I think Iceman might go for the first attack on the Captain Marvel, but Captain Marvel didn't take that.
Right.
So I think that he could try like a bunch of different ice things to kind of like keep her in her tracks, but I feel like his ice at this point, especially with all the fighting he's gone through, is not going to be able to get to Captain Marvel's
I don't want to
aura, I guess.
I like fucking. She throws him into a radiator.
What the fuck?
He can't get out of it. He just keeps melting.
Ooh, it's in Central Park, right?
Right.
What if she throws him into the lake and he kind of freezes himself into the lake?
Oh, okay. Right. Accidentally just freezes the whole lake, but ends up freezing himself.
Like she's got him. She's trying to fly him off.
So is he not able to like melt himself? He's only able to freeze things.
I don't think he's able to melt. He might be able to melt himself. I don't know, like the full extent of his abilities. Right. I'm not gonna say he's.
We'll say in this case he can't.
In this case, no. But
he gets a nice binary uppercut.
Then that's on me for not knowing ball knowledge.
Right. He gets a nice binary uppercut, flaming uppercut, right into the big lake.
It could be like a situation where she's trying to like fly away with him, and he's like trying to like ice blast her, but it's not working, and she drops him in the lake while he's still trying to do this, and it just accidentally freezes himself.
Right. All right. So Iceman is eliminated.
He's gone. Cap's gonna try to go for Storm. That's not gonna work out very well for him.
Right.
I think that's gonna end up with a KO for Cap.
How we get there? Not electrocuted because we already electrocuted Ant-Man.
That is true. To be fair though, not in a comic sense where we did it with Ant-Man where he's like,
right.
But I think it could just.
You know what I think happens? I think Storm is just going to town on him, throwing everything he can, and he's just trying to deflect everything. And I think she hits him with a big ass, like blast or something, a fireball or something like that. I think he falls into the lake at the same time as Iceman. I think he falls in at the same time.
It's enough of an attack to where they both just freeze in this fucking.
Right. It's not the first time that happened to Cap.
I feel so bad for the social workers. They're gonna have to dig these two out of the frozen lake.
Right. Oh man. Yeah, it ain't the first time it happened to Steve Rogers.
That is true. He's been frozen.
So I think it happens at the same, like as he gets dropped is as Steve gets blasted into it, and they just both end up in there.
One fucking kryptonite is getting frozen.
Right. It just takes him in place.
It just takes him in place.
All right, so now we're down to 2v2. Back to Storm and Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And now Loki and Stephen Strange. I have an idea on how this is going to end, but we'll wait till we get to that part.
Okay.
So, all right, where are we going?
We can focus on Strange versus Loki for now. I don't know if Loki wins that fight. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm not sure.
He's the sorcerer supreme. I mean, like he kind of knows everything there is about magic. I feel like, to an extent, illusion magic is not gonna really be able to work on Strange like that.
Okay. I think I still have an idea. My original ending has to do with Loki and Stephen Strange, but we can still use it. So we'll say Loki gets KO'd. We'll say he gets KO'd.
Right.
But we're gonna bring it back around in the end, right?
Okay.
So he gets KO'd.
He gets KO'd
somehow. Steven's is like, all right, let's go on to the next.
Right.
So now it's 2v1, Captain Marvel versus Stephen Strange and Storm.
Yeah.
I feel like Captain Marvel's getting some sort of upper hand and maybe eliminates Storm, and then it comes down to Captain Marvel and Stephen Strange.
Yeah, I think for Storm's case, I feel like it has to be to an extent of like she's still kind of suffering from like giant man grasping her legs and stuff like that, because that could have like almost broken her legs at that point. So I think it could be to a sense where she's just so overcome with pain that Captain Marvel is able to get some upper hand on her and take her out.
I think she straight up actually does just knock her out. Like that's the only way I could think of.
Yeah, I feel like it has to be like through knockout because it's just like Captain Marvel.
Like she hits her so hard that she hits her super hard, but also she like hits a wall, and just gets like completely. I think
it could just be. She hits her so hard she crashes and craters the ice lake.
No, because then Captain America would get out.
No, not crater like that. I mean like just like crater, like just a small crater, not like completely destroyed.
But she's knocked out.
She's knocked out. Yeah.
All right, so now we're
down for the count.
Captain Marvel and Stephen Strange.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Okay.
But they're fighting. Mm-hmm. They're holding their own against each other. They're doing great. My way of ending this is again, you're gonna be like, come on, really? But I think Steven is getting the upper hand on Carol. Mm-hmm. I think he's using his magic. He's da-da-da. I think Loki was never actually knocked out. I think he was. It was an illusion. Right. I think it was an illusion. He was pretending that he was out.
Right.
And I think Loki's able to sneak up and get the final blow on Stephen Strange.
How? Because
I don't know.
In my mind, both Carol and Strange are in the air, and Loki can't fly. Mm. So I don't know if he's really going to be able to get up.
Yeah, but Carol could easily knock him out of the sky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also Strange is a very defensive player. I feel like he's not going to be able to really, or he's not going to let her get that kind of upper hand on him.
Okay, let's see. I have another idea that's like formulating in my head. I just don't fully have it yet, but something I have the idea. I just need the reasoning as to why it would happen. I don't know what the reasoning would be, but it's such a fun idea that I want to use it. Loki was never knocked out. Mm-hmm. He comes back into play, but for some reason, he turns on Carol and cooks her. But why? But why?
I mean, it's Loki, so it's always just for like personal matter or stuff like that.
Right. So what's the reasoning though as to why he lets Stephen Strange's team win?
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just kind of becomes his own third team.
Oh, okay.
That way, cause I feel like I do like the idea of him like reverting to kind of like that villain sense and trying to take over New York and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Carol sees this. Strange sees this. They think we're fighting each other. This guy's turning. He's trying to kill us.
Our team's morphing.
Morph into one team and go and fight Loki.
That's funny.
And I think at the end of the day, they're able to beat Loki, and they put their differences aside.
So we don't have a winner.
We don't have a winner.
Okay.
But I mean, we drafted really good teams.
I like the idea.
They're both very even. I feel like.
I like the idea. All right, so Loki turns on Carol. And in reality, just becomes his own team.
He becomes his own team. He tries again to take over New York. That was my plan
all
along.
Does Strange have the Eye of Agamotto?
I have already thought this out. No, he does not have that. No, he doesn't. So I felt like that was going to be too.
Infinity Stones are off limits.
They're off limits.
Okay, but he's still trying to take over New York. But I'm trying to think like how does he do that? Like if he had the Eye of Agamotto, that would have been his plan. Get that and utilize that to do it. So like, what's his plan to? I think
maybe his plan was just wait until there were enough people out to where he could really try and get an upper hand on whoever was left. But then he didn't take into account that it was like the two
that whatever they were fighting over is not as bad as
I think he was probably, maybe he got a little preemptive and saw them fighting and be like, okay, this is my chance to kind of take them out. But maybe he like miscalculated in some sense, and then he didn't predict that they would team up against each other, and that became his downfall.
So boom, they take out Loki. And they go, you know what? Maybe the fight was the friends we made along the way. And they have a nice little hug.
Right.
And then they go help everybody out. Yeah. They go.
And then they form the Avengers.
Yeah. They go get Sue some medical attention. They I don't know how they help
They try and resuscitate Ant-Man.
Right. They start helping Ant-Man. They get him out of the water.
Storm melts the water.
Right. Storm melts the ice and kind of helps get Cap and Iceman back on their feet. How do we? What do we do with Thing? He's got no legs. Can he regenerate his rocks?
Did he cut off his legs?
Yeah, or at least one leg.
I thought it was just to an extent of where he like damaged his legs enough to where he just wasn't staying anymore, and then
he's got twigs. He's got fucking little twig legs.
Let's say in this sort of weird situation we put ourselves in.
All right, we're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody gets some medical attention gets whatever, resuscitated, all that stuff. And yeah, they go fight or not fight. They go and they go get shawarma. But in true Marvel sense, it's never the end, right? It's never the end. There's always a post-credit scene. Mm-hmm. So I think the movie or whatever ends,
right,
and there's a post-credit scene that teases what's next. What's next for the next version of a Kyle versus Theo Marvel.
Loki will return in Kyle versus Theo 5.
Right. So yeah, where do we go? I have some inkling of an idea. I think.
Are you keeping it with Loki, or
do we want to keep it with Loki? That's the question.
Or are we setting up a new big bad of sorts?
I don't know. That's the question, huh?
That's the question. Does it have to be even a big bad in this sense? Could it be another hero on the horizon or something like that?
I feel like I have some sort of idea lingering in my head, but I have to be careful with what I say because I don't want to just reveal my next team a year in advance or whatever it's going to be. So I'm like, that's the hard part. I think something to do with some mind control thing. I think there's a reveal of a villain, don't know who, that has a certain group, we'll say a 10, we'll say like 10 heroes that are already mind controlled. And that's the big tease. So that way I can keep it under control and you don't know who I'm picking. There's at least 10 that I can pick from with a big bad that we will not already say. But when we get to it, then we can really book that out. So there is a villain that has already mind controlled a certain amount of enemies and is saying, let's go find, let's go take New York, or let's go find these new Avengers.
Take New York.
We'll go find these new Avengers and show them who's boss. And that's how
the new Avengers.
That's how it says. And it says the stinger at the end. This group with no name will return in Kyle vs. Theo.
Will return in
Marvel 2. But yeah, I think that was a fun.
Marvel 2 Ultimate Blue Glue.
Right, I think that was a fun fight. I think that was a good fight. Anything else you want to add before we end our episode here?
No.
It was a good fight.
It was a good fight. I mean,
you'll have to stay tuned for whenever we do the next Marvel version of Kyle versus Theo to see who this big bad is and who are the mind controlled heroes that I'll have to draft to my team. And who's Theo gonna have? Is he gonna take the same people? Is he gonna find some new heroes to join his team?
There's a world full of heroes.
That is true. So yeah, we appreciate y'all watching. Shout out to WNRN, of course, our gracious podcast hosts. Let us know in the comments, did we cook or did we do horrible? Were we messing up with some characters because there was some abilities that we weren't sure of?
We probably were.
Right?
We more actually were.
But yeah, let us know in the comments. Do you like this? You want more of this? Give us some franchises to work with. We got Harry Potter. We can do Star Wars again. DC. We can do anything. Look around this whole room. We can do another wrestling one. We can do a damn Grand Theft Auto one with some crazy Civil War for some reason. Like there's so much we could do with this fun game. So let us know. And we appreciate y'all. We will see y'all next time.